Hi loves, Monica here again with another video, and I am going to be doing a book haul of all the books I have purchased between January and July, because for me, for like my budget and my shelf space, it's definitely a lot of books that I've gotten, but I also unhauled 15 books recently. They're already in my car, so I'm not going to show the books I have unhauled, but I'm either going to donate them to Goodwill or Savers, whichever one, but I'm thinking Savers because they give you coupons when you donate, and Mama likes to look through their funky glassware. I'm gonna count how many books there are. Hold on. I have 18 books to share with you guys, and I'm going to kind of section them off by the months that I purchased them, so let's have some fun and do this. I'm also not gonna try and hold all 18 books because I don't have good balance like that, and I will be crushed if I drop any of them and they get damaged before I even read them. Like, if they get damaged while I'm reading them, that's fine. That's fine. It goes with the process of having a book. Sometimes they get damaged while you read. Like, spines crack, they get those like ripples in the spine. That's fine, because I'm reading it, I'm enjoying it, I'm using the book. But if I damage it before I read it, I get angry with myself, which is a me problem, but I'm working on it. I'm also just going to rapid fire these books, not going to discuss them, but I will leave a link below in the story to the story graph in the description below, so that way you can look up these books, see what they're about if you're interested in them or if you've heard them before, to check out trigger warnings and content warnings for yourself as well. I don't check out content warnings before both books because I impulse shop. But if you're not like that, Storygraph will have author and reader submitted content warnings. So I'll leave that below. Alright, so the first stack of 4 books that I have here, I purchased these in either January or February. I cannot remember. But if I remember correctly, I purchased these as a gift to myself because my mom wanted to drive me to Concord to go meet somebody. And she said, oh, we can stop at Books A Million on the way. And I went, oh, yay. So I did. 2 of them are adult books and 2 of them are YA, or at least I think one of them is YA. It might be new adult. I don't know. But I know 2 of them are definitely adult. So the first one I have is Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. Next, we have Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Spoiler alert by Olivia Dade. Right? Dade? Yes, Dade. And then If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy, which is a meant-to-be novel, the first one. And also, if you watched my most recent video of my wrap-up, you may be thinking, Monica, didn't you just read a book by Julie Murphy and not like it? Yes and no. So I wouldn't say I disliked Julie Murphy's other book, but maybe it's just because I am no longer a teen. I don't relate to teen characters anymore, so reading a book about people in their senior year of high school, I just don't relate to it as much. So hopefully I will enjoy her adult a little bit more. The next book I got from my university, so I am taking my master's through Southern New Hampshire University online, and I was given the opportunity to get a hold of Southern New Hampshire University's the president, Paul LeBlanc. He wrote a book called Students First: Equity, Access, and Opportunity in Higher Education. So I had the opportunity to get this book for free. This book is more of like research. I am excited to read this and see what kind of stuff is in here, because someone who has been through higher education, I do have 2 bachelor degrees and now I'm going for my master's. Why? Don't know. And it's, you know, somebody who has in their life gone from like high-ish, middle class down to like past the poverty line. I did have difficulties, struggles with getting in college a little bit. I was fortunate that I got a scholarship from my university that covered part of it, and I had money set aside by my grandmother to help me pay, but I definitely know friends, and there are just other people that I don't know that I've spoken with that had a hard time, you know, getting into college or, you know, worrying about affording it. So yeah. Next book I got was in May, and I got this one for free as well. Somebody at my work was cleaning out their office of things they did not want, and suddenly there was a stack of books on the table where she was putting things out. So I ran my little butt over there, and I found See What I Have Done by Sarah Schmidt. The cover is, you know, kind of stunning, if you ask me. The next stack is 6 books, but I bought them 2 different times during June, so these books are for June. The first book I have is The Guest Cat. This is by Takashi Hirade, and I got this at the flea market. My family and I decided to go the day after my cousin's wedding because we all had nothing planned for that day, so we decided to walk around, and this is the only thing I got at the flea market besides food. So, a good haul. The next books I bought while I was down in Texas with my friend Emmy. They decided to take me to a Barnes & Noble just because I mentioned it. I was like, I want to go to Barnes & Noble. And then they let it out of their mouth that they have a Barnes & Noble with an escalator with 2 stories of books. And now you might be thinking, Monica, that's not that significant. I have a 2-story Barnes & Noble near me. That's great for you. My local Barnes & Noble has 1 floor, and it's the size of my backyard. It's not that big. I love it. So I went with Emmy, their partner Anton, and their friend Lexa, and we were walking around. We were holding stacks of books in our arms to the point where a Barnes & Noble employee had to come up to us and go, "Would you guys like a basket?" It's like, yeah, we would. The first one that I got out of the Texas stack, we'll call it, is going to be One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. Next book in the Texas stack, Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. Next book is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. And but The Poppy War and Ember in the Ashes, I always see Jenny from This Story Ain't Over, who is also on YouTube, talk about these books, and I have been looking at The Poppy War myself, mainly because the cover had like orange on it, and I am always looking for orange colored books because it's my favorite color. So I figured I'd bite the bullet and buy this one while I was in Texas. But the next book that I got is The Serpent's Curse by Lisa Maxwell. This is the 3rd book in the Last Magicians series, right? Or it's the 3rd book, I don't know if it's the final. Lucas, that is a tripod. Don't do that. Look, look, no, you're in trouble. So, 3rd book in the Last Magician series. I am planning on reading the 2nd one this year, so potentially after I read the 2nd one, which is The Devil's Thief, I'll just pop open this one. You're not going anywhere because you're currently in trouble. Yeah, you are. And then the next one I got is Fangs by Sarah Anderson. So the next 7 books, the last 7 books, I got in July, and I got them at 2 separate times. I got these 2 in Connecticut, well, when I went to go visit my cousin who lives on Fishers Island, New York, but we went into Connecticut for her actual birthday, so that's why we went down. But I got 2 of the official Stranger Things novels that I found at a store, hardcover, for $5 each, which is a steal. But, so that is Suspicious Minds by Gwenda Bond. And then, this is hard to do with a cat on your shoulder, but I'd rather him be on my shoulder than knock my camera down. But the next one is Darkness on the Edge of Town by Adam Christopher. So, very excited that I found these. I had heard about them, but I didn't remember that they were a thing until I saw them on the shelf. And after I got them, I discovered that there are 2 more, one about Robin and one about Max, so I definitely want to look those up. I don't know if you can see, but I tried doing that hair dryer trick to get stickers off, and it still left a residue. I didn't even get the full sticker off on the other one. Adding Goo Gone to my grocery list for tomorrow. If I put you down, will you behave? Will you behave? Or are you gonna hit the tripod again? I'm gonna trust you. Alright. The next 5 books, I actually got these at my local library, so I'm not borrowing them from the library. My library has this sale. It's actually the first one they have done since COVID, where you go into this room with books, movies, CDs that are out of circulations, and others that maybe never went in circulation. Don't know, some of them don't have that like iconic library sticker on them, but you can fill a bag. So either like a brown paper grocery bag or a reusable shopping bag. fill it with whatever you want, $10 for it all. And so the fact that it was the first one since COVID started, I was like, absolutely, I have to go. I got 2 books. One's an actual novel. One is, I believe, a collection of 3 stories. And then I got 3 graphic novels. So the first one I got is Cold Case Witness. This is by Sarah Varland. I also tried the hairdryer hack on this one. Didn't work either, but it looks better than the other 2. And then I got Highland Vampire. Again, vampire. And so, yeah, there's 3 books in here. The authors are Hannah Howell, Adrian Basso, and Deborah Raleigh. And so the stories are Kiss of the Vampire, His Eternal Bride, and To Tame the Beast. And so I don't know if I'm going to like it, but vampires. So I said, we'll give it a shot, you know? We Are on Our Own, and this is by Miriam Katin. Next, we have Incognegro. This is written by Matt Johnson. The art is by Warren Pleece. And then the last book that I got at the library sale in July through this whole haul is Bloodwork by Kim Harrison, which is a graphic novel version of the novel with the same name. Boy, that's gonna bend the shelves. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have read any of the books that I have discussed here. Again, I'll leave a link to the Storygraph down in the description, so if you want to look up the, actual summaries of some of these books, and also check out trigger warnings, you can do that down below. And if you've read any of these books, you have opinions, I'd love to hear them. Or if you want to look forward to my opinions of these books, then, definitely keep a lookout for any new videos coming up. But other than that, I hope you have a great rest of whatever time of day you're watching this, and look forward to interacting. Bye. A bientôt.